Up, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aorus Blitz Cup, brought to you by Aorus and AMD over here at Valorant PH. My name is Vyminal, and joined by the lovely.
Link 2X. Hi.
What's up, Ling?
Is it Link or Link 2X? But
Link
yes,
2X.
guys, welcome to the stream.
All right, so remember, guys, that if you like and share the stream, you have a chance to win some amazing prizes courtesy of Aorus and AMD. The grand prize is the Aorus X570 Elite motherboard. So imagine, just by tuning in, you can win an awesome motherboard. All you have to do is like and share the stream, tag 3 friends in the comment section as well, and you automatically enter yourself sa raffle natin today. And Ling, I think we have other prizes as well. We got Aura's pillow, we got a folding chair, and I think we got a backpack as well, and some
Well,
Aura's merchandise. So a lot of cool prizes today. Um, what teams are we gonna be seeing today, Ling?
Well, for the first game that's gonna be broadcasted here on stream, it's already the semifinals. Semifinals, babe.
Right.
Kung saan we actually started with a lot of teams here, and we are gonna be down to just 4. For the semis, ang unang team na makikita natin is NR Gaming versus Empire Esports. But later on, let's not forget, on the other side of the bracket, while we're waiting, is actually Dreams versus Affinity Esports. Of course, naman, Vim actually mentioned just a while ago that Empire Esports is actually the same lineup coming out from AG Nefarious. Meanwhile, for NR Gaming, which is honestly for me one of the most up and coming teams here that
Mhm.
have defeated the likes of Team Kataliman inside their bracket. And of course, they went against rather on like other teams inside this
A
group,
lot of
which
very
was
prominent.
considered not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, a very tough bracket indeed. And of course, these top 4 teams that we have today are going to be competing for a prize pool of 50,000 pesos. Again, brought to you by Aorus and AMD. The first place gets 30,000 pesos in cash, and the second place gets 15,000. Then we're going to have a battle for third place, and they're going to be taking home 5,000 pesos. So again,
Yeah.
we are going to be casting both the semifinals and the grand finals as well. So alam ko may mga nagtatanong sa chat, may laro ba ang Dreams versus Affinity, may laro ba NR Gaming and Empire. So of course we're going to be broadcasting all the action over here at Valorant PH. Ling, let's get
Mhm.
into the map picks.
Well, for map picks, we did like Karin's are queuing. Na mukhang bind ang first map that they are gonna be playing, which is I fully know that both teams are have that fair share of experience. This best of 3 is literally no joke for everyone else. You did mention a while ago, it's a 50,000 peso prize pool, and I'm pretty sure every team that there is here on towards the semifinals right now want that fair share of the prize pool and will do whatever they can on basically any map. This could actually be a 2-0 fashion, or this could actually be the two teams contesting on who is gonna be winning those two for like who is gonna be winning the two maps on like basically a 1-1 possibly. I
Right.
mean that could happen.
I mean, again, NR Gaming, an upcoming team, very impressive run during our
Mhm.
qualifiers. We had 64 teams in total, and again, they ended up here in the top 4, uh, coming from a very tough bracket as well. And we always know that Empire always brings everything they got to the table, and no matter what tournament this roster joins, Ling, they always end up at the top 4, top 8 spots, no matter what. So,
Mhm.
like, this is gonna be a really intense matchup. So again, we have Bind, and then Empire pick split, and then the random pick is going to be Ascent for this first semifinal series. So
Mhm.
again, just reminding everybody that we're going to be giving away 5 Aorus masks. We're going to be giving away 3 Aorus pillows, 3 director's chairs, and the grand prize of 1 X570 Elite motherboard. So again, like and share the
Ooh.
stream, guys. Tag 3 of your friends in the comment section. There's plenty of prizes for everybody.
Hmm. A lot of prizes. It's not just going to be the players, it's also you, the audience. But then again, enough about those prizes, enough about the merch, enough about what we could actually get just by watching the stream. It's also might have to say the players giving it their all. I mean, the strats here, basically everyone else will do whatever they can to win. But then again, whatever it, like in the formulation of that or in like achieving that goal, I'm pretty sure everyone else here tonight has considerably prepared a lot. On a map like Pine, of course, no one as expected. Everybody knows how to play this map, and I want to see how much of a dynamic that they could actually insert in inside this rather inside this tournament that we haven't really seen before, especially coming out from NR Gaming. We
Mhm.
haven't like basically a team that not everyone else has basically heard of.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, over here, we're gonna be coming into the agent picks, Ling, and it looks like Nexi here is gonna be picking that Phoenix. Looks like Kev's gonna be locking in that Cipher. We're gonna be seeing an Omen as well from Draximov. Bad Ghost is gonna be picking that Sova, and of course, I believe Version is gonna be on that.
And our gaming. I mean, they did manage to go in for the objective plays, but unfortunately, even though they have completely destroyed the kits being deployed here and the setup na ginagawa ng Cypher, you still have to like put into consideration that the Sova is still gonna be alive. I mean, the info alone coming out from the recon vault and lesser angles for these for the players to actually look forward to once you execute that play makes it a little bit more harder for the attacking side to even stay intact, especially on their post bans, which is something that nahihirapan talaga sila based on how we basically see them play that one out.
Yeah, it looks like Version is going to be taking out Bliss on that Marshall. You know how devastating that weapon is, especially in a post-pistol round. Coming in from the agent composition of NR Ling, I was expecting, a bit more of an explosive execute coming in that first round. But we'll see later on the buy round whether or not they change it up right there. Zopri going to be taking out Raximov, using that Ghost, making good use of that. Next C, though, going to be answering back, taking down Jollibee using that Spectre, making use of that gun advantage right there. Pero yun yung problema. Full commit ka sa second round. Sometimes, you can get gun and turn the tire around, but bad Ghost, that shock dart.
I mean the fact that nakakapagkuha ng defending side ng like rather an opening kill or rather a counter kill, like an initial frag rather
Right.
towards early points of the run could actually mean a lot. But unfortunately, I didn't really see much of a follow up coming up from teammates, which actually made them like have two casualties in this game. Three players surviving the round. I mean that only means that they really shouldn't be like spending so much. But then again, it's the Byron coming up from the attacking. I mean, they have gone full investments on towards the Phantoms, on towards these rifles and utilities, I might have to say, which could actually be a huge problem that the defending side really has to deal with. I mean, firepower, I mean, they don't really have much of that. I want to see how much of this decision is going to affect how the rounds are basically be going for them.
It's like Version is going to be watching that A short angle, very tight angle here. Still on that Marshall. I mean, they have a huge economic advantage right now. They haven't really fully upgraded just yet. So it's night time for NR Gaming to try and get that third round turnaround here, Ling. Otherwise, they're going to be in huge trouble and going to be forced to go for yet another round. NR Blitz going to be putting down that turret, trying to get some info. Version going to be left with 9 HP, Ling. See if they can make something out of this opening kill.
Well, that's gonna be a huge trade na magbibigay na Hari dito sa kill na to. They already have the control on towards A-Short. And on the other side of the map, Jabili is making his way all the way towards Showers, with Draximov being the one being left out for the team on towards his anchor. Although there's gonna be an early rotation with the two intel agents gonna be fully utilizing their kit, we could definitely see that Bad Ghost is already on towards backside green, and Zikevs who could actually bait out this swing and possibly go in for the tap. But of course, the attacking side are going to be left for a single angle to even fend for. Makita mo, the lineup is going to be there, but unfortunately, quick trade's going to be happening almost immediately. A pretty costly round, I might have to say, coming up from NR Gaming, which doesn't really pay off so well kasi the defending side didn't really even spend that much on towards their round.
Exactly. Now they're going to be going for those full rifle buys, Vandals abound, as well as an operator for Version. And we know how devastating Version is on that operator. It's definitely a stuff of legend over here in the local Valorant scene. Version, one of the strongest operators in the scene right now. NR going to be left with sheriffs right there. But it seems that Jollibee is going to be holding his ground with a force buy over here. Two of them actually are going to be in Vandals and half armors. This could be a huge problem for them if they can't make anything happen in this round. And just as I say that, Ling, Version going to be taking down Jabili on that operator over there at the long.
Well, it's almost impossible for you to even go in and force out that peak, knowing that how well Version is well equipped with this angle. He is going to be getting 3 out so far. No trade's going to be happening coming up from NR Gaming, and it's all left in the hands of the stage, I might have to say. Although may red siya na pwedeng gagamitin dito, si Kev is going to be a little bit too smarter than this, denying any further information. Of course, the sound cue is he is going to be fully relying on towards his hookah push. But when you look at Draxim, who's already up with the flank here, the Sage might not actually have a complete idea on where he might actually be. But of course naman, Daximov, inaabangan talaga natin yan. He is going to be anticipating that angle, and that's 4 rounds so far for Empire Gaming. I mean, that force buy wasn't actually well accounted for, but NR Gaming really has to be completely punished for this.
Yeah, it looks like broken by Dito ang NR after forcing that one. Looks like Harakiri and Jollibee are going to be a bit low on cash. So they're going to be forcing some SMG buys, and 3 of them are going to be on rifles. Again, very good start for Empire Esports. Very decisive defense so far. And I think right here, they definitely have to be more explosive. NR Gaming definitely make use of those paint shells, displace the defending side, as well as those flashes from Reyna. I'd like to see more coordinated executes from their ending.
Coordinated, the flash peaks. I mean, it is gonna be there for this time around, but honestly, parang those actually don't really pay off so well, given that they haven't really gotten a frag out of so much utilities being put out here. But the paint shells to even further zone anyone out. Of course, naman mabubuhay pa rin na Sova still on towards this game. Lalabas pa ang Hunter's Fury. The spike is gonna be going in for the plant on towards B side, and Empire Gaming preparing themselves for this retake. And paranoia coming in from Daxima could really help disable anyone on towards the side. But Neil K. Kevs, although he doesn't have the camera anymore to even use around on, and it seems like Nexi already playing on towards Huka, getting that initial frag on towards this retake. See Kevs though, well-timely push, and the swinger might say he is gonna be going in for that flick, but unfortunately, Jaximov, Wong is gonna be coming out from the crate and backing up his team a little bit, putting Empire on towards another score on the board.
Yep, 5-0 now. Nexi was definitely a key player in that lane when he went for that huge flank from Hookah, basically opening up that retake for the rest of his team. A really good effort coming in from Nexi. Again, very even frags across the scoreboard for the side of Empire. Definitely a concerted effort, concerted defensive effort from the entire team. Looking very clean, very coordinated for them. No hurdles whatsoever as of this moment coming in from NR.
Well, the only problem that I'm seeing so far for NR Gaming, even if they actually met those objectives on towards B or basically on any site, they literally have not done anything to even secure frags along the way, which are huge enough openings that they really should be needing on towards this game. Playing retakes on a 4v5 isn't that easy, but it makes life even rather easier for NR Gaming, especially on post-ban situation. Kita mo, they have double intel. That's literally 2 agents that you have to worry about, and the fact that they did not even pick out a single agent coming out from the B side defense says a lot on how inefficient they are, especially when they're running on a double duelist setup that really needs for that to even happen.
Ang ginagawa dito ng Empire Esports na lang, they're playing very backside. They're playing very passive. They're not giving any opportunities for NR to get an opening frag. And they're definitely maintaining that equilibrium when it comes to man advantage. And they're going for that retake. They're more than happy to let them plant, sure. Pero bumabawi sila sa retake eh. And, it's really working very well to their favor.
Left.
Again, no opening picks from the attacking side makes it really hard to open up a site.
Really hard. I mean, even though the met objectives, alam mo talaga the Empire game is maging competitive on how they're going to be playing this one out. Mechanically wise, though, we are not really sleeping on Traxima, who's basically doing everything for the team. And Empire Gaming still running away with this. I mean, B side, they could go in for the plant, but on A side, it's almost impenetrable for NR Gaming. They cannot even get past through Cubby.
Hirap din i-predict kung saan lalabas si version with that operator. So if you try to gather info, perhaps in B-long or perhaps A-short, you don't know where version is gonna pop out and get an opening kill with that op. And it looks like papuesto siya dito sa may hookah, where a lot of NR Gaming seems to be pretty heavy stacking right now. They might actually try to go for a B split here. Let's see if version is gonna be getting an opening pick. He does not. But it looks like might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh no. There's the Lear. He's zoned out. I'm not even sure how he's going to be running away this, but still going to be managing to at least get 2 frags out of that back out. But the version, who is going to be going for the reload? Unfortunately, Zopri all the way towards Garden. He's going to be finishing out his life. But Gebs, dito pa nga siya makikita, who's going to be popping off on towards Elbow. Of course, Nexi, dito na, he's already on towards Cubby, securing 2 frags and early rotation, well timed out from the defending side. And no, this half is not really looking so good for NR Gaming.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of an issue here when you're trying to overrun an operator, but version was still able to get a couple of quick picks before eventually going down right there. Perhaps NR Gaming is again very off to a very slow start, but perhaps giving a bit too much respect on the side of Empire there.
It's hard to go in for pickings, especially where you're when you're up against an operator and the support happening from their teammates. I mean, to even go with that, you really have to make the most out of your kit to fully zone out on whatever version is basically gonna be, is gonna basically be holding out that angle. But then again, a fast-paced play here and an execution on towards B side once again, and our gaming really have to make those post plans even happen too soon because Empire Esports, a team that has been executing perfectly on towards their retake, are going to be up for the frag still. They're setting this up finally, and Zopri could actually be here to even watch out for the push coming out from elbow. There's Kevs opening frag. Nexi with the flash
Look
pick,
at
and he
that.
actually go in for another spray. Blitz goes down, and seems like he's gonna be spotting off another one all towards Garden. While marinig lang foot's coming out from Hookah. There goes Hot Hand to even zone out the arena. He's going in for the dismiss, but Nexi finishing this out 4-3. Empire Gaming. Clean retake, I might have to say.
That's the thing. Ling, di ba, nakita natin dun, NR Gaming, 3 of them were on site over there at B. And when you do that kind of post plant and you don't spread out over there in Garden, be long, and perhaps take hookah control as well, if 3 of you are going to be sandwiched basically on site, it's going to be a tough post plant situation for you. And again, Nexi going to be opening up that retake with a beautiful flash and opening pick during that retake. Si Nexi ngayon talaga nag-iinit lang eh.
Nag-iinit talaga. It's honestly him just doing his basically his own thing as the Phoenix here tonight. But parang this is where we actually gonna be seeing them try to shut down NR Gaming any further. I might have to say those were pretty awkward rounds that I've been seeing, but they
Right.
really have to wake up. I mean, as soon as possible because Empire Gaming have been giving everything that they could to even not let anyone be going for the point here. And again, a few tricks here and there and a few pocket strikes might actually help, and you really have to put that out too soon because that's 3v5 already. The only point of the game is they still have a minute to actually play with. There's quick openings on towards A site. They've managed to at least shut down and at least deal with the problem of Nexi, and of course wiping out and completely opening up A site, and of course going in for the objective once again.
Looks like this is going to be the most successful round they've gotten so far. This is the 9th round. They still haven't gotten a point on the board, but they do have the man advantage right now. They gotta play it cool and calm as of this moment. They don't have to overpeak, but Harakiri gonna be picked off by Kevs right there because of that recon. And Batghost gets another. He doesn't expect Zopri to be there as well. You get very uncommon for 2 people to be right there inside of U-Haul. But it's going to be Zopri versus Kevs. That's ceiling. If they're going to be able to finally get a point on the board, but Kevs going to be able to get that defuse as well. Taking down Zopri 9-0. This is, I don't know, this is absolutely clinical coming in from Empireling.
I mean, it just shows how chaotic the team actually is for those peaks. I mean, even if they did get those frags on towards version, Nexi opening up the site, it just still goes down on how coordinated the team is and how they actually kept composure, especially on situations that Empire Gaming is basically swarming on towards the site. They had a lot of utility left on towards their kit. I don't really see that being used up too soon, or used up in a well timely manner that could make the situation back, turn things out back in towards their favor. But makita mo talaga dito, NR Gaming still gonna be making that attempt on towards A short, and Nexi flashing
Oh my
out
gosh,
one, make
Nexi!
that 2 para sa kanya. 3 on the board, and Nexi solo hold on towards Yules. He's gonna be good all on his own. Jabiri is gonna be forcing out this Empress to even happen, make this run completely doable for the team, especially when it's a 2v2 para sa kanila.
Pa sila nakakapag-plant, the spike is with Jabli right now. They know this. Empire knows this. They're going to be waiting for that sound cue, but Jabli's going to be faking it. Let's see if they actually bite. Nexi is going to be lurking through the shadows right there. He knows someone's over there at Heaven. Does get the pick off to Zopri. It's going to be a 1v1. Empressing Reynaling.
No!
Oh, finally, Jabali
Alright.
going to be closing out that round. Finally, a point on the board for NR Gaming.
I mean, finally, something right actually happened for them. They made use of that Empress. I mean, not a little bit too soon or too early, but it's
Mm.
honestly kind of too late. They could have actually gotten a little bit more coming up from that round. It was a costly one. I might have to say
Right.
this, Vin, because they invested so much, and I might have to say they lost so much people, and like a lot of people fell down early on towards this game. Now it would actually put Empire in. It was starting to look like Empire's round once again, but finally, NR Gaming finally on the board, and it's like they are actually coming here with the full-on momentum, given that Jabili has already gotten a few
Okay.
frags here and there, especially with the Rays completely taking over Showers, and of course they still have to deal with the Omen that he still has the flash here, and Draximov on a cheeky angle, but Jollibee with the flick to even shut him down any further. There goes Showstopper. The Rockets even further zone everyone out on towards heaven, but Kevs, the shots do not connect at all para sa Rays natin dito. He is gonna be going in for the tower control. Bad Ghost is gonna be creeping in on towards U-Halls, and this could actually be something that they could actually do. They have Paranoia to even fully utilize. There goes the information that they need. The Sage is gonna get spotted out. They could a few wall bangs here that would definitely help their cause, but unfortunately, NR Gaming with a quick shot down, and of course having a good read on towards this retake and putting them another score on the board with the first half.
I think that Empire Esports right here, they're trying to mix it up, Ling, with a bit of aggression onto A short, onto Showers right there, sometimes outside of Hookah. And it's not really working out well. Again, 2 rounds consecutively now for the side of NR Gaming. When they were playing very, very passive, very defensive over there at the, behind the defensive line, it was working pretty well for Empire Esports. But it looks like they're going to be going for more of this early aggression that we were seeing in the previous one. Next, you're going to be trying to take an opening pick, but Harakiri, you're going to be taking down Version over there in A short. And this is what I was saying. But this time, the duels go in Empire's favor.
Oh no. There goes the lockdown. Killjoy being knocked out, I might have to say. An early takedown. NR Gaming is already down to the likes of the Sage to even play out this clutch. Nakita mo dito, Draximov completely
Nice shot.
finished wallbang on the headshot. Hakari, my god, the Sage is doing wonders in this game. Getting 3 so far on the board, and mukhang dito natin nahabangan. The
Pa-flank
cyber
siya
kick
dito.
on everyone, and Cavs with a quick backstab, unfortunately, to even happen. I mean, that was a really cool one, I have to say, but it's hard to even fend
Yeah.
off for yourself and win out the game for your team, all on your own.
It looks like we're going to be coming into the second half here. And let's see if NR can mount a bit of a comeback here on the defensive side. Again, they do have 2 Sentinels. They have a Sage. They have a Killjoy. What do you think is going to be their edge here in terms of team composition? Arguably, they are going to be sort of defensive-sided, I guess you could say. But, Empire Esports just playing that double intel agent combo very, very well. Again, very, very coordinated team play we saw throughout the first half lane. So let's see if NR Gaming can bounce back here.
I mean, double Sentinels, as expected talaga. This is supposed to be the half that's supposed to be going on towards their favor. And it does seem like, para sa kanila, it doesn't really seem so good as early point of the game. Given that they have crucially lost so much map control, especially on A short. I mean, that smoke is not even lasting so long. And of course, the Killjoy turret could actually be here to go in for the first contact. A few double peaks here and there could be of great help for the cause of this side of NR Gaming. But then again, dito na nakita for Empire Gaming rather to even bait out a little bit more on towards their kit. Parang sinusubukan nila to even bait out an early rotation just how we are going to be seeing here coming out from the Rays. There are 4 people stacked on site and we are left with the hands of the Sage all on his own on towards B side. Although si Kevs could actually go in for the first contact here and the entry given that he's low on HP, but I want to see how this round is basically going to be going out.
I think napakaganda ng ginawa ng Empire dito. They were trying to identify where the Killjoy was playing, fake the, baited out the rotation right here. But Harakiri going to be taking down Kevs through the Cypher Cage over there at elbow. It's like Draximov though going to be answering back, taking down the Sage in return.
I mean, there he still have that post plan to happen and the Lear to play around with, but unfortunately it's happening inside the smoke. What was that? No one got flashed out. That did not play out so well for for the side of NR Gaming. Utilities coming to play but does not connect at all, putting Empire on another round on the board. I mean, the gap is huge enough, and they
Right.
have to really address this problem. Those lucky shots towards smoke, I mean, really did count and made a huge enough impact, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough for them.
A very dire situation for NR Gaming here, as it seems like some of them are going to be forcing, actually all of them are going to be forcing with as much armor as they can afford, as well as a couple of SMGs here and there. Like I say, if they don't win this round link, they're going to have to play for tie, and that's a less than ideal situation. An 11-2 scoreline coming in favor of Empire Esports. Very, very dominant performance thus far, but Javelin going to be taking down Version with a quick tap to the head. Could be the opening that they need. Ooh.
I mean, it was quite unfortunate. Nagkasalisilan sila sa smoke. And this we're actually going to be seeing him being left on his own with literally no trade. But then again, we are still seeing Empire Gaming getting back on towards their feet and managing to even get frags along the way. Bat goes with a ghost, putting everyone back on towards their grave. He's completely on point this game. Man,
Bad
4
ghost.
kills with just a ghost?
Oh my
It's a
god.
ghost.
That ghost, showing, true to his namesake, making great use of that 500 credits worth of firepower right there. Quick taps to the head, getting a 4K right there. 12-2 now. They only need this round to win. And it seems like NR, again, very, very broken in terms of weaponry and loadout here. I mean, if I were AG, rather Empire, why not just go all out and invest in a full rifle as well and get the round done and over with here? But I guess they don't have to upgrade just yet, so they're going to be taking their chances here. They already have a lot of map controlling, and they'll be coming in for that A execute.
A execute? Cavs already making his way and a kill on towards Arena. Draximov as well. Better omen, I might have to say, in this game. But then again, nakita natin dito, they are going to be denying so much information with that visuals here, forcing everyone to back the frick down. They're pogging their way on towards heaven, Vim. Makikita mo
my
dito,
God.
they just want things to be over with. It's a 13-2. My God, here on Vine. Not really a matchup that I expected, but
Right.
still, it's a map that we expected them to actually know how to play out. But unfortunately, we did not even see that from NR Gaming.
Empire Esports, very decisive victory again, showing us why they are one of the top teams here in the Philippines. Again, they are no strangers to us here in the local Valorant PH circuit. Very, very powerful performance right there. But again, that's just game 1, my friends. And this is a best of 3 series. Let's see if NR Gaming can make a comeback over here in game 2.
I mean, they should. So that's all that they could actually do. I mean, for the first map, might have to say it was a pretty rough start for everyone. They have not even played that much rounds on defending, but I'm pretty sure naman once they actually stand a chance in terms of like the firepower advantage, I mean, to even things out in terms of utilities, which is something that you really need once you're playing out with the Sentinel. I mean, this could actually be huge enough to turn things around. I have not even seen that much lockdown plays, especially on towards the attacking. I mean, for retake, it's completely doable, but I literally haven't seen a single round coming up from NR Gaming. But then again, the second map is going to be on Split. I might have to say a smaller map, a smaller setting, especially on this 5v5 setting, I might have to say, and it's gonna actually be a huge shot of redemption, especially for them. But
Pero pick to ng Empire lang eh.
mhm.
So, maybe they are very, very comfortable in this map, and maybe they have some tricks up their sleeve. So again, a very uphill battle coming in here for NR Gaming. And just like to remind everybody that we have a lot of prizes to be given away during this broadcast, and all you have to do is like and share the stream, tag 3 of your friends in the comment section for a chance to win that awesome X570 Elite motherboard from Aorus, as well as a lot of Aorus merchandise. Plenty of prizes for everybody, so do go ahead and like and share that stream.
Support your favorite stream. I support your favorite players and of course your
Yes.
favorite teams here tonight, because it's the best of the best battling out here on the Blitz Cup. 4 teams, fighting for that 50,000 peso prize pool. And honestly, kung hindi lang ako nagkakasaya, I might have to say I would definitely be training for these type of tournaments. Not gonna
Oh, yeah.
lie, parang it's basically anyone's chance even anyone's chance even to even take out these opportunities. And these players, especially on how Empire Esports are starting out in this game, I mean, they want it so bad. I mean, I
Really,
want it too, but they're just executing so beautifully.
definitely a huge stage for these professional and, of course, other aspiring professional players here in the local scene. We're going to be coming back after a short break, and we'll see.
Alright, let's go to D point.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Aorus Blitz Cup brought to you by Aorus and AMD. So we just finished game one, Ling, NR versus Empire Esports, and we saw a very decisive game in favor of Empire Esports, heavily in favor of them. Now let's see if things will change this time around for game number two.
Well, game number two, I mean, we've seen the double Sentinel lineup coming out from NR Gaming. And of course, naman, I really have to see how effective this lineup could actually, agent composition this actually be, especially on a map like Split. Like, my god, I haven't really seen more of this. I mean, really haven't seen more of their Sentinels really pop off on towards the game. And especially on those close corners, on this type of setting, na kung ano makikita natin, close angles, and a killjoy turret place here and there could actually do wonders in this game, especially when they could be starting out on the defending side. And for Empire Esports rather, to start this out and rather to play out the second game and completely give out the same performance, I'm pretty sure NR Gaming has completely learned their lesson. I mean, starting out on attacking, starting on defending, you really have to make everything count. Those little mistakes, they cannot afford this now. Although it's a best of three, Vim, yes? We really have to make them. Well, like, really have to see what NR Gaming could actually do against a map like Empire Esports.
Na ito na yung pick nila eh. Empire's pick is this map, Split. So let's see again if they do have some tricks up their sleeve, or if NR can adjust and be able to bounce back here. So again, we're going into the agent picks right now. NR going to be locking in that Killjoy for Bliss. Looks like Jollivy is going to be on that Jet, Jabli on the Reyna, Zopri on that Omen, Harakiri going to be on that Sage yet again, I believe. Very similar composition except for that Raze coming in from the first game. I like that we're seeing a lot more Sage play, Ling. Nexi gonna be on that Sage. Very interesting coming in from someone who usually plays the Duelist.
I mean, for basically any agent composition here na pinapakita ng Empire Esports, Nexi is by far the most flexible player that they currently have on their team, and it's honestly hard for him to hard for the team to even imagine now without even having him on the team. Kasi kahit ibibigay mo sa kanya yung Omen, give him the Sage, and of course settling for Duelist, this man can basically pull off anything, and I've seen him do it tons of times. He can't just settle for Sentinels, he could do everything. It actually plays a crucial part in this game, or basically any tournament that the team plays in.
And again, Batghost going to be going for that Raze, Maximum on the Omen, and Version going to be on the Jet still. Again, Nexi, very versatile player. I mean, napaka-kata niyang tumutok talaga. Kahit anong agent ilaro niya, definitely going to be a very impactful player on the field. Now, it looks like NR is going to be starting on defense here, Lane. So they definitely got to make those rounds count, especially on defense split. And let's see if Empire Gaming can get off to an explosive start here, continue, sustain their momentum coming from that beautiful first game, which went heavily into their favor. Again, very clinical performance from Empire Esports. And let's see if they can pull that off yet again here.
I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, it's kind of unusual, especially when you have to even look into their positionings as of the moment in the map. I mean, you don't really see it every day that the Sage plays on this B-side defense all on her own. I mean, she's essential. She's gonna be good all on her own, but still, I mean, to even play this one out and not even have her to even contest or have control towards mid is quite unusual. But these unusual plays might actually be what Empire Esports rather, to even not be well prepared for. But then again, nakikita mo talaga dito that they could be well aware of what's happening here, given that they've given out so much map control on towards this game, even giving out the choke points here on A Heaven. And this could actually be letting Empire even walk around basically anywhere inside this game.
That could be very dangerous, giving that much map control, especially right here, right now. Although, looks like Empire going to be going for that quick A execute right here. and most of them going to be on site right there. Kevs and Batgo's going to be getting kill for each of them. It's going to be a 4v3 now, Ling. Make that a 4v2.
4v2 almost immediately. The side is gonna go in on towards A side. And makita mo talaga dito that MNR Gaming literally had no answer back coming out from that full on push na that they just did on towards A side. But the Sage and Reyna could still do wonders here. I mean, the dismiss, or rather the overheal could actually make this completely duel, especially when they actually got the frags that they need on towards the retake. Playing on double screens here, and of course the leer that does not exactly connect to basically anyone. Yeah, full awareness, someone's gonna be playing on towards elbow, but of course there's gonna be a crossfire happening there. Jabili being left on his own, goes in for the dismiss, repositioning himself, plants that headshot on towards Bad Ghost, and he's down to 82. Can actually fake out the plant here. Fake out the defuse rather. Nexi is gonna be anticipating that. He's gonna be playing for time, but of course he's gonna be ending out his life. He's finishing this one out for 3, and might have to say Empire Gaming with a pretty rough round I might have to see coming out from this game.
I mean, it was almost a huge clutch play coming in from Jabli. It was a 2v4 retake. Again, on the pistol round, Arena is definitely a raid boss. Kasi, kaya niya mag-reset to 150 health points. Especially on the pistol round, that's going to be really powerful. It was almost enough, but Nexi's crosshair placement was just absolutely on point. And again, Empire 1-0 now. This round, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a 2-0. Of course, they're going to be having that gun advantage, and I like what they're doing over here in B main. They're taking control of that orb, not being afraid to aggress very early on. Version going to be already up over there in B heaven with that stinger, wasting no time at all. It's like Empire, very full on aggressive plays coming in.
Well, this is something that I really haven't, really pretty much a standard thing now. We definitely are going to be seeing coming out from the attacking side, given that they have been like super confident rather in terms of how their plays have been panning out, especially on the first map. And you could still see that same type of mentality coming out from this team that could be like quite confident in going in and contesting for those angles, making those duels even happen. And we could actually see NR Gaming make the most like a good even penetrate the side even more. Now it's still gonna be left in the hands of the Jet, and whose life is gonna be ending out too soon, I might have to say. And it wasn't exactly a pretty costly round coming out from them because they were forced out towards Eco, and they really have to make this count, especially when both teams are gonna be going in for the buy.
Yeah, look at that. Version still going to be sticking to that stinger, it seems. And now, NR, they're going to be having that gun advantage coming in here. Full rifle buzz, full armor as well. So again, are we going to be seeing a third round turnaround? They definitely need to make something happen here. Again, they are on defense, and typically, from what we've seen in recent history here, defense on split is a bit of an easier task as opposed to attacking, but that entirely depends, of course, on the matchup. But Version gonna be wasting no time at all. Once again, gonna be taking out Harakiri very quickly right there, as well as Draktimov taking down the Reyna.
I mean, they don't really have to even go out so much. Version is just doing his own thing right now. Given that the backup, the paranoia, flashbacks to even make those frags happen too easy, even with just the stinger. I mean, he's good on it. I mean, he is gonna be playing around his teammates so well. And NR Gaming, you really have to go big on the defense this time around. 2 Sentinels, and it doesn't really show that they are gonna be playing around this agent lineup because we haven't really seen much of a performance here, especially when they're going to be going in for those aim duels. I mean, mechanically wise, we are not supposed to be underestimating Empire Esports in this game. But then again, the aim isn't really much that you have to be taking and accounting for. I mean, you have utilities to even play out and try to outplay your enemies, but I haven't really seen more of them like play around each other. Just how effective and coordinated that we've seen Empire Gaming on towards this game.
I think dapat gawin lang ng NR Gaming dito is that perhaps, since Empire is favoring that mid-take, the Sage could play B Heaven. They could double up B Heaven instead of putting that Sage onto B side, wherein, it's not really being very impactful. They have to strengthen their mid defense here. It looks like Harakiri has the right idea. He's going to be playing B Heaven right now. Definitely got to slow down that push somehow. But the thing is, even if you have that barrier orb, Version is more than happy to just jump over it and get that really quick frag.
There.
I mean, getting the frags, what is definitely going to be happening for Version. But here's the thing, ang nakikita ko lang so far with a huge lapse in terms of their defense is mostly how they haven't really decided on switching things up. I mean, we've seen the Killjoy not be as effective at it as she is on towards its A-side defense, and an unnecessary point of aggression that she definitely laid out for the team, which puts NR Gaming on a huge numbers disadvantage already. Now the Sage, Omen, and the Jet really have to play this one out all on their own with inclining weight, where we are going to be seeing Empire Esports, who are going to be inclining more on towards this A side take, knowing fully well na completely disabled ang sword grenades, completely disabled ang threat, and mapapasolang bisa talaga yung kit ni Killjoy given na namatay pa nga siya una and wala pang napapala.
I think especially on defense, Noling, if you're playing a Killjoy, you really cannot afford to try and make those aggressive pushes very, very early in the round. Because as the Killjoy in defense, you know, ikaw yung backbone ng defense and team, and you have to do everything you can to stay alive and make use of your kit. Now that A-side is basically defenseless, Empire is more than happy to walk into the site and take out NR one by one. We're not really seeing a lot of trade frags happen either right here as Raximov takes down Zopri. It's going to be a flawless rounding for Empire Esports, 4-0. They're starting to run away with it.
They're running away with it just because NR Gaming was paving their way on towards those successful rounds. I haven't really seen much of like an effort here coming out from NR Gaming, especially based on how we are going to be seeing the games are, especially how we seeing the games are definitely panning out for them. But then again, nakikita mo talaga dito, we basically see them finally switching things up a little bit. But unfortunately, bakit nila hinahayaan ng Sage to even going on towards A side, and I'm completely gonna be letting this one, letting the defense even happen all alone na responsibility para sa Killjoy, all by herself. But then again, I want to see how Empire Gaming could actually make a good read out of the situation, given that they haven't been really overly aggressing on towards the side, and they are not exactly fully aware of this rotation point being basically happening, coming out from the defensive stance na pinapakita ng NR Gaming on this round.
They're giving so much map control to Empire as of this moment. Looks like they're going to be heavy stacking B Heaven right here. But wala nang barrier or being Sage. They're going to be slowed down, but Version going to be dashing through the snow right there, taking down Harakiri in a very quick manner. But NR are going to be going for that refrag. Finally, we're seeing a bit more refrag action here, but Bad Coast is going to be relentless in answering back. Now going to be a 3v2 in favor of Empire here. Make that a 3v1 as Kevs takes down Zopri. It's all going to be up to Jolly Veeling as Empire plants the spike. Is he going to be able to pull off this 1v3? Highly improbable situation.
I mean, he still has a Blade Storm, and of course, isolating these duels on 1v1s could actually still be to his advantage. But then again, he has a lot of time pressure to even play around with. Jollibee creeping in on towards the shadows, and of course, he literally has no idea that there is going to be a crossfire happening on towards the side. Jollibee getting one, but unfortunately, an immediate trade coming up from Nexi there to even make this completely undoable for him. It's a good thing hindi niyo nilabas yung Blade Storm kasi that could actually be put out to waste.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, very, very unlikely to be able to pull off that 1v3 if you're in the middle of that crossfire. Harakiri not having the best game right now. Still 0 frags on the board. And again, very reflected on the scoreboard. NR is having a really, really tough time stopping the aggression from Empire here. And ang ganda na ginagawa ni Nex, slow orb dun sa B Garage, then he takes control of that orb. Having Garage control in securing those orbs, again, really puts you in a huge, huge advantage over your enemy in terms of ult economy. And kitang-kita naman natin dito, 4 ultimates online for the side of Empire. Let's see if they actually use it this round.
Well, you mentioned ults, and then we could definitely see a lot of ultimates being online, especially on the side of Empire. I mean, they've secured frags, then again, they've secured so much map control and so much orbs on towards this game. Kung saan makikita natin sila who's gonna be completely reliant on their aim, going in for this quick execution, version making one happen, and the entry on towards B-side almost immediately. Now for NR Gaming, they had no answer back still. Si Kebs nakawag ball bang pa sa isa, neural theft ilalabas, and Harakiri, who has the information being kicked in on towards Empire, but unfortunately he's not even getting that frag to even happen to deny Bat Ghost coming out from the push all the way towards CT.
It's like Empire, again, with that team ace, just showing how they're outclassing their opponent in just about every aspect at this point in time. Looks like, again, NR is going to be forced to go on that save. The good thing is that they do have 5 ultimates on the board. I'd like to see at least some use, especially, you know, the Blade Storm, perhaps going to be able to turn the tide during this eco round.
I mean, no. I'm just having question marks over my head right now. How is it that NR Gaming reached up to this point right now that they literally have nothing to go against Empire? I mean, they've been really frugal with their ultimates. A lockdown could actually be completely doable here, especially when the killjoy is still gonna be alive during those situations that definitely gonna be called for. But then again, for the side of Empire Gaming, they really have their way around the map so well. And of course naman, this finessing and stomping on basically everyone na mahaharang para sa kanila. Si Batgos, ilalabas pa nga ang rocket, but basically not even landing on anyone's sights right now. Of course, may makikita pa nga siya all the way on towards the mini garden na nakikita natin doon. Mukhang si Kevs pa nga makakuha ng patay, and of course, he is going to manage to make frags happen once he's aggressing on towards Keen, but a little bit of over-aggression could easily be punished with the Sheriff, but it's not happening! See, Blizz doesn't even manage to even win out that duel so far, and Zobri making things happen with the Sheriff, but the shots do not connect at all. What's happening to NR Gaming? It's like they're completely confused on why they are here on Split right now.
Very, very unfortunate situation here for the side of NR, but they have to make something happen here. 5 ultimates, they have full buys. Let's see that lockdown, Ling. Let's see that Empress come online. Let's try to see something happen on their side, because Empire is this is just a walk in the park for them. And again, very, very rare to see such an occasion happen here in the semifinals of an event like this, the Aorus Blitz Cup. So let's see if they can actually mount a comeback here. Looks like we're going to be coming into a very quick tactical pause. But Ling, it seems like this is a repeat of the first game. Empire running away with it in a very, very decisive manner.
Yeah. I'm quite sure it's not just Empire Gaming being a good team all on its own. It's mostly it's mostly NR Gaming slacking off, especially on the defense. I mean, it was supposed to pan out so well for you. The half was supposed to go well, especially when you have a double sentinel lineup, but this is not what I expected, honestly. They started out the games, they let even Empire Gaming to have so much on towards their advantage, which puts them in pretty awkward situations. I mean, it's not just us who sees this as like broken economies, seeing those broken positions, and of course really awkward positions that they put themselves in. It's basically them like having the same question still. This is where we actually not exactly what we're expecting. But of course naman, they have finally gone out for the aggression here on A side. Has another advantage on a ramp, has a number advantage early point of the game, and they really have to make the most out of the situation, given that they could have the huge possibility on going in for the flank, given that Empire Esports have basically stacked their way on towards heaven and I have to say top mid, and they could actually go in for the B side execute once again.
It's quite interesting that they're all watching the same angling, which is, again, a lot of fundamental flaws happening for the side of NR Gaming, and I think that's the reason why Empire is just absolutely looking very unstoppable right now, as Nexi takes down Bliss, takes down Javelin as well. Version gonna be dashing onto back sites and taking down Zopri as well, and it looks like Batghost will be able to get that spike plant. Are we gonna see a resurrection come online here for the side of Harakiri. Are we going to see a resurrect? But no, he goes down. Again, no ultimate's going to be used for the side of NR. This is very, very tough to see.
Tough to see indeed. NR Gaming literally have nothing to go against a team like Empire. I mean, this is honestly pretty devastating that here on the semifinals, I mean, consider how much they actually went through. The teams that they went up against during this tournament was not a joke. But the fact
Absolutely.
that they're performing in this matter, especially here tonight on semis on a best of 3, I mean, Empire, I mean, they have every chance. They definitely do have a chance against this team. But I just don't see that. How will they channel that type of motivation, or basically, how will they channel whatever energy they have as a team to even make a successful effort? I mean, this is not. I'm just extremely disappointed right now.
It looks like desperation by coming in here for the side of Harakiri. Still 0 frags on the board. Meanwhile, Nexi going to be 11 frags, 0 deaths in terms of KD right now. And we're seeing a bit of a Sage diff here. Again, just goes to show no matter what agent you put Nexi on, he's going to frag out no matter what. It seems like a bit of an early barrier orb here coming in onto A side, giving them a bit of info over the side of NR. But looks like Kev's going to be breaking down that wall. The spike is over there at mid lane, and they are going forward pretty much the same mid take onto B Heaven. It's worked pretty much 8 times in the past, so it might work the 9th time. So it's still Harakiri finally getting a point on the board there. Jollibee going to be taking out Kevs as well. But Zopri and Harakiri is making it happen right here. This could be the first round, and they finally get a point on the board link. This is the first round. In the 9th round, NR Gaming with a point on the board. Is this the start of a comeback here? But it looks like Bliss going to be disconnected. It's like we're going to a tactical pause here.
I mean, not really a great time to get disconnected, but a win is still a win for NR Gaming. Every moment counts here. They had that shaky defense, but then again, finally, I mean, they did something about what Empire Gaming is basically doing to them all over, like for 8 rounds in a row. But it's like a typical standard thing that you could try to make a good read out of your opponents. Kasi the more repetitive your strats are, the more channel time, or rather, the more time you could actually buy yourself as a team, buy yourself as an IGL to figure out how to even shut them down once you're actually going to be doing this limited amount of options, or rather, the limited amount of movements that they've been doing over and over again against this team. And this is where we actually going to be seeing NR Gaming figuring things out slowly but surely. I mean, it's a little bit too late to even start out your gameplays to even kick in, to even let the caffeine kick in tonight. But this could actually be a start of something for the team.
I mean, it is still very early in the game. It could still run away with a 4-8 over here in the first half, and then let's see if they can actually do something better on the second half. But I'm pretty sure Empire is very well prepared in terms of defense here. Looks like Bliss has reconnected, and we are still currently in tactical pause. We should be underway in just a little bit, and we're going to be going into round 10. Again, 4 ultimates online for the side of NR. I've still yet to see that lockdown. Is it just me, or have we never seen that lockdown the entire game yet?
I mean, we haven't, honestly. That was a lot of rounds that the Killjoy could easily be picked off, given that he was anchoring the side all on his own, with literally no backup coming up from his team. And again, NR Gaming finally stacking on towards B side. I mean, that worked a while ago, but I want to see how Empire Gaming is finally going to be acting around this play, especially the positionings that they have as of the moment. Nexi though, para makita mo, this is good. I mean, they have double Sentinel lineup though. I mean, Nexi is still acting as a duelist for the team. You've seen him make the plays happen. You've seen him make the frags happen. He's basically charging up and leading the parade just a while ago to be Heaven. But this time around, I mean, I want to see the res plays even happen for this player, and try to live out his role a little bit more, because this is where we're actually going to be seeing them not making this crucial mistakes to even happen.
Looks like Batco is going to be getting a pick off there. Nexi as well. But Version gonna be taking down Bliss. It's gonna be a res coming down from Nexi. Bad Ghost comes back to life as Kevs takes down Jollibee. All of a sudden, Empire is 5-1 man over here. It's gonna be all up to Harakiri. Again, this is an impossible task to go for that 1v5 retake at that point in time. 9-1 now in favor of Empire Esports.
Man, it doesn't look so good. Still, I mean, what you've seen a while ago. I mean, if they could actually keep this up, keep whatever they did on towards the game, the round rather that they won, it could have been something.
Yeah, that was a glimmer of hope, Ling, and I would have liked NR to sustain that same momentum and that same confidence that we've seen. Because right now, I think the main problem here is not the lack of set plays or default strategies, but rather winning those crucial aim duels at this point in time. I think is the biggest issue for them.
Crucial aim duels. I mean, even if they're going to be stacking their way on towards mid, it was still something that they were basically struggling in. They've given up so much map control, although they have that solid defense rather on towards mid, but a little bit of an outplay here. Ginagawa nila. Nexi is still alive. They have to deal with that problem, but of course, it's going to be immediately deleted out by Bliss. Finally, now Enter Gaming. It's going to be on a 2v2 situation. The spike is going to be nowhere near anyone from Empire Esports still. And they are actually defending out a single angle at a time. Could actually be possibly, rather, anticipating the flank. Just we are going to be seeing Zopri here. Checking the ones on B Heaven. The Omens. Omen against Omen action here, man. I mean, they haven't really committed the swings. Jaximop is going to be having a little bit of hesitation on when and where to push next. He's waiting out for his team.
Oras. They still have 35 seconds left. But in this point in time, I think Kevs is going to be able to spot one out. Bliss winning that aim duel against Kevs. This is what they need. Going to be a 2v1 now. Draximov moving in. Oh, crossfire splitting. Oh. Opry with that wide swing. Going to be enough to close out the round. NR Gaming 2 points on the board now. Again, medyo crucial mistake coming in from Nexi that naiwan yung spike dun sa gitna. And that was a very, very tough round to win. Even though it was a 2v2, you have that spike out in the open. It's very, very easy to defend that spike.
I mean, let's just say that Empire did not even expect that mid aggression to happen. That triple swing on towards B Heaven was basically a duel that's not worth taking for, especially on the side of attacking, given that they haven't really given much space, or might have to say given much coordination during that game. Parang naging kampante sila sa round na yun, and this we're actually be seeing them completely punished for that, like giving up a single round. I mean, they could still afford it, but then again, to make the misery happen even too long for the side of Enter Gaming, it's honestly too much. This is sadistic as it is.
Absolutely. And it seems like NR is going to be quick to punish those mistakes. Again, coming from the overconfidence of Empire Esports here. Look at that Zopri with a quick 2K Bliss as well onto Version. Empire, they just did not check that left corner. And again, if you are, showing a bit of overconfidence coming in here, you will be punished. And NR Gaming going to be capitalizing on those simple mistakes right there. But Kev's going to be taking down Jabali.
I know
2v4 here. Jollibee on that operator, though.
Slow pace pushes. I mean, this race could still make this happen. A single bullet to basically anywhere inside on their body could actually be enough to actually delete anyone. But of course, the weapon switch rather, to even try to delete enemies a little bit more further. And of course, in a faster rate of fire with this Phantom. Harakiri, awkward position here, but still gonna be winning those duels against the Kevs. Now, si Zopri. Dito natin making a peek all the way towards Bat Ghost. Those were actually awkward trades happening. But still, win is a win. Nako, Empire. They have finally been getting that answer back coming up from Enter Gaming. They've been completely overconfident when playing on their attacking side. Not even gonna be checking the angles kanina. Kung saan nalalasan pa nga sila putting the round out, and early numbers disadvantage that we've seen a while ago.
Right. But now, looks like Empire is going to be on the defense. Now let's see what they can do here to stop the aggression coming in from NR. They're heavy stacking A. And this is a very common thing that we see Usually, if the enemy has a Cypher, you know, you expect the Cypher to be on B site. But it seems like Cypher is going to be over here on A. Kevs is going to be locking down A site. NR might not be expecting that. Looks like they're going for a all-in push right there. Let's see if this pays off.
I mean, they've given up complete
Man,
map
Evan,
control here. My God, what's happening? VG version, nakapaglasan ba ng isa? Now Empire down to 3 people only. They haven't even met the even met anything yet here. But Kevs solo hold on towards A side, but an immediate trade coming out from Blitz, getting two so far before even dying. Now see Draximov pushing all on his own. Unfortunately, he's not gonna be getting the frag here out of that paranoia. So 1v1 still goes down to the friends. He's ready to fire, but unfortunately, Nexy's aim still gonna be prevailing over that one, and for some reason Empire still won this round.
NR was off to a very good start during that round. The Empire definitely wasn't expecting all 5 of NR Gaming to be over there taking control of Heaven. Had such a great start, but Kevs, you know, he was able to get a multi-kill. Nexy again was able to win that A duel against Bliss despite being on that classic. Just again, a very good showing from Empire, but you know, NR, they've been showing a lot of good stuff, especially in pistol rounds, but still unable to close out the round in the end. Of course, Empire is going to be capitalizing on that advantage. They're going to be upgrading to a judge. They're going to be seeing Spectres on the board, going to be getting another point, doing everything they can to get that scoreline 11-3.
11-3? Possibly, but they have to deal with the problem of the Bucky here. Bliss finally making an opening for the team, but Bad Gus with a huge answer back with the judge. Now, NR Gaming are going to be a little bit too hesitant going in for the A Heaven push. They're going to be inclining more on towards its B side take, and Bad Gus is going to be swinging it in, playing for the ropes, and they could actually make this run completely doable for them, costing run for Empire Esports. But of course, naman, Nexy with the ghost, literally no problem. I'm quite confident taking this aim duels with just this pistol. Now, swarming on towards the side. Back goes leading out the parade on towards this. And Wangi's gonna be going for the burst on towards backside B and gives it a huge backup. Empire Gaming has finally taken another one from NR Gaming. And this is not exactly how I planned the round to actually be. Costly round given out the upgrades that they've definitely met. But still, 11-3.
Yeah, at this point in time, you know, it's only a matter of time for Empire to rack up more points on the board. This is going to be a very tough climb for NR Gaming if they want to be able to mount a comeback here. Looks like they have enough to go for full buys. Empire going to be at that slight gun disadvantage, but they are on the defense. So again, they do have that resurrection as well in the hands of Nexy. They could still pull this off, but if NR plays their cards right, it's definitely an opportunity for them to get another point on the board.
I mean, the judge on mid. Oh no, this is a disaster waiting to happen once they are not gonna be checking on those angles. But they are so free, a little bit too smart there, picking out version. That is one less agents that they have to even worry about. 2 duelists down to early point of the game, but they still have the resurrections that could come into play here. Nexy making wonders, B-side defense all in its own, picking out 2 so far. But of course, those huge impact frags that could definitely help with the cause of Empire still. Now, NR Gaming, they have a minute left on the clock. Of course, the spike is literally not going to be nowhere near anyone at this point. He left it on towards Market. Now Draximov could actually get the idea that could not even go in for the objective place on towards B, and that's a huge enough time for him to figure out that the spike might actually be planted on towards the A side all throughout the other course of the map.
It seems that he is expecting an A plant here. More than happy to take his sweet time and get that Vandal into his hands. Draximov going to be going for that 1v2 retake attempt. Definitely a doable situation, but you know, a tough task. But again, NR Gaming going to be watching the same angle. Perhaps putting full faith in that turret over there. They have a bit of information, but unaware that Draximov is going to be in heaven right here. Doesn't have a lot of time left, and eventually falls to the hands of Bliss and that turret. That is a very, very annoying turret. Very well played coming in from NR Gaming. It's definitely what they need to do. They got to keep this up if they want to come back here in game number 2 of this best of 3 series.
I mean, just a while ago, we've seen them play on rounds that they haven't really invested so much. But on this type of behavior that I'm seeing from Empire Gaming, parang that was supposed to be the round that they decided to at least close things off. I mean, they have every opportunity to do so, given that they have so much buys coming out here and there. But still, I mean, this is where we're actually going to be seeing them not be really successful and had laid out so much expectation on how the game's basically going to be going in. And then again, for the side of NR Gaming, they're going to be placing their crosshairs right intact on towards this B map, rather mid map control, anticipating someone to even go in for those white swings and of course aggressive plays, and especially on the defensive stance. But of course, para sa side like Empire Gaming, passive plays are going to be a good way to go, and playing so much on the back lines could definitely be good enough for them to at least keep each other alive in this game.
Especially in this eco round for the side of the Empire Esports, they want to wait for NR to make a mistake, but Zopri going to be taking down Version over there in Vents. Quick Bucky plays from next year, but he gets taken out by Jollibee on that Blade Storm. Again, this is the opening that they need.
Ooh.
Gets another one. Oh, gets a third. Looks like he has 4 kills on the board right now. Incredible.
What? Jollibee stomping on anyone on towards A7. Lockdown to even zone anyone out, and he fully utilized those yet again. And si Jaximov, mukhang siya pa rin na matitira dito. With the Bucky, I've seen this happen also before, but on a 1v5, it's not doable with the Bucky, but si Blitz is ending this misery too soon. Headshot. Of course, isang mabilisang patayan is gonna be putting NR Gaming onto 5-11 score. You're trying to close out the gap here, Vim.
Yeah, but it seems like Version gonna be on his operator at this point in time. Lalabas ni Version, time to bring out the big guns. And again, we see time and time again that an operator can be a bit of a game changer in a situation like this, wherein your opponent is starting to mount a comeback, when you're starting to see a momentum shift. Looks like Jollibee is gonna be on that Bucky. So he probably tries to, he's planning to go all in here. But Version going to be taking down Bliss very early on in the round. This is going to be very bad for NR Gaming.
I mean, you definitely know that Empire starts to get serious in the game once ilalabas nila ang operator ni Version. I mean, we've seen that happen on Split. It's almost impossible for you to even shut down this player. And of course naman, this is actually it's actually a huge enough cue for us to actually get an idea that this is a serious gameplay that we could actually see from the defensive effort here coming in from Empire. But then again, it's still not going to be enough given that they have the huge number disadvantage early point of the game. It's playing it out with 3v5. The Neurotheft could actually do a lot more to actually help out the cause for the team. But Draximov, I'm not really sure if he actually knows that the killstreak is going to be going for the push. Now it's a 3v3 already. Version even managed to get the frags here and there on towards the other side of the map. Jabili, mukhang dito na makita. Neurotheft getting the information to even happen for the team. Draximov shutting down that stage even further. There goes the Lear coming to play. Blade Storm para kay Version, and of course he's going to be shut down almost immediately. The operator buys are not going to be paying off so well. Now the post ban is happening for NR Gaming. Jabili playing all the way towards CT. Kev's making a frag happen on towards the site. Now it's left in the hands of the Reina, with Empress being fully committed. The tap is gonna be fully committed, but Draximov flies to the smoke. What was that?
5-12 now in favor of Empire. Sayang yung initial advantage. It was a 5v3 in favor of NR. Zopri was able to get, quick 2K over there at the beginning of the round. They weren't able to capitalize it. I mean, very, very unfortunate for the side of NR. But now Empire, they're going to be dead set on closing this out. Again, Version still on that operator. They do have a showstopper. They have a resurrection. And, of course, from the shadows for Omen here. And no ultimates for the side of NR. Let's see if they can live to fight another round. Version going to be taking on an aggressive angle towards mid. Pero mo mag-heavy 8-take ang NR Gaming dito. It's gonna be a fast one, Ling.
Fast one indeed, given that they have so much people playing on towards a round. But of course, di ba maho ni Kevs yun. KG Version with the answer back and a quick trade na may bibigyan niya para sa kanyang teammate. Of course, the showstopper coming to play, coming from Bad Ghost rather, who is going to be getting 2 frags out of this game. Nako, makikita natin dito, an off angle being fully utilized by Zopri. But of course naman, Empire Esports is still gonna be forced not to be reckoned with, especially when once they actually play out their retakes.
Absolutely impressive performance coming in from Empire Esports. 2-0 Ling in this best of 3 series. Again, very, very devastating performance. NR, they tried their best, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. We saw a glimmer of hope, a little bit of momentum on their side, but they weren't able to capitalize it on that crucial round. And that was able to take Empire onto match point and eventually close out the round. Ling.
I mean, they have every opportunity to do so, not basically going to be letting anyone, or rather the opposing team, to even get this much rounds. You see this happen on Bind, that they only managed to at least get 2 rounds. But then again, I mean, it was some point of a little bit of a troll here coming up from Version. I mean, he wasn't even using those rifles on towards their defensive stance, because he was investing on those shotguns. I mean, holding that on choke points was great, but if you really want to win the game, you're not supposed to be risking those rounds to even happen for your team. I mean, finally, operator buys para to even close things out, and of course they done that beautifully. Retakes, and of course situations that are not supposed to be in their favor, they completely turn things around once they finally get the sense that NR Gaming was slowly trying to creep their way in on towards those winning moments.
Yeah, I do believe we are going to be getting into announcing the giveaway winners in just a little bit, guys. So you are please stay tuned for that. Again, like and share the stream. Tag 3 of your friends in the comment section for a chance to win some awesome prizes. But yeah, that was a very, very decisive series, for the side of Empire Esports. We weren't expecting such a fast series. It was very, very fast first game. I don't quite remember the score, but again, it was very, very decisive in favor of Empire.
It was 13-5. I mean, 5 points.
Yeah, and then the second game was, I believe, pretty much the same story.
Actually, it's 13-2 for the first and 13-5 for the second. Man, that was a lot.
It was better than the first game, but again, NR definitely need to go back to the drawing board and train harder for the next one. A valiant effort, but definitely not enough to take down the likes of Empire Esports, again formerly known as AG Nefarious.
Man. So that was actually pretty good series for the side of Empire Esports. But then again, I mean, with the scoreline that they currently have, and given that how much experience that they've had so far on towards their run in the competitive scene, I mean, it was as expected for them to perform that well. But especially here on what's about to go down, they're already waiting for the finals, and they still have to even anticipate a possible opponent here, which is either from Affinity Esports or Dreams. I mean,
Right.
Dreams, I mean, I haven't really seen much of this team actually play so well on towards tournaments, but still they're up against one of the giants right now on towards the scene. And imagine how these games are actually gonna be panning out, especially when Affinity Esports basically have gone from a 0 to 100. I mean, we've seen them have those experimental lineups. I mean, for a triple duelist setup, we haven't really expected anything once we had that initial impression on towards it. But somehow they made things work for their team. And could this actually be something na idadala nila on towards the Blitz Cup, given it's a 5,000 peso prize pool, and it is starting to look like they have been way too comfortable with that agent composition from this time.
Yeah, let's see later on, whether it's going to be Dreams or Affinity. But again, we have our first finalist, Empire Esports. We're going to be announcing the giveaway winners once we come back from this short break, guys. And again, we're going to be having semi-final series number 2. Keep it locked in here onto Valorant PH Aorus Blitz Cup, brought to you by Aorus and AMD.